One injection isoxsupreme in a D5 over 8 hours. So 500 मिलीग्राम D5 में हम देते हैं, तो ऐसे 3 इंजेक्शंस वी कंटिन्यू फॉर at 8 hourly. So 3 injections in a D5 slowly we usually given in a preterm pain. Side effect is, हाँ बोलिए बोलिए. Side effect is maternal tachycardia and the palpitation is the main. So that's why we always isoxsupreme injection always to be given with D5. Usually you can give into the NSRL everything, but it causes the tachycardia and palpitation. So that's why we prefer to give isoxsupreme with D5. Anyone want to ask a question regarding isoxsupreme? Because it's the most common used drug for preterm pain. Yeah, always, whenever you prescribe isoxsupreme, don't mention to write this tablet should be taken on full stomach. The problem will nothing happen, but definitely with 10 milligram also patient can develop palpitation. So उसमें उसका हाँ, अगर पेशेंट को पल्पिटेशन हो गया या इमरजेंसी में आपके पास आया, तो गिव फास्ट ड्रिप ऑफ D5, मीन्स D5 स्टार्ट कर दो, और इंदिराल टैबलेट आती है, प्रोप्रेनोल आती है, बीटा ब्लॉकर, वो आपको देनी पड़ेगी. क्या क्या क्या? हाँ हाँ, वो आएगा ना. बट द मोस्ट कॉमन ड्रग इज आइसोक्सुप्रीम. देन द सेकंड ड्रग इज रिटोड्री. These all are we talking about tocolytic agent. Hello? Yeah. The second drug is Ritodrine. Ritolan tablet is available. Ritolan आती है. The action is same as isoxsupreme, but it is more potent over Tedilan. तो अगर आपको किसी में लगता है कि आपको ज़्यादा देना है relaxant, then you can combine isoxsupreme with Ritolan. So usually we give like a preparation after noon, means after lunch Ritolan, and at bedtime isoxsupreme. Why? Because Ritolan itself also having the prompt this action. So patient may can develop breathlessness and palpitation severely. So that's why it is given after full meal in a daytime and isoxsupreme at a bedtime. You can also give IV drip also, Ritotrine drip also you can give, but also take up very slowly. This drip should be given very slowly. Ritolan, one injection Ritolan in a D5 over 12 hours. So एक दिन में 2 ही ड्रिप देने की. Because sometimes if the patient can take a very fast in drip, then they develop severe tachycardia and the palpitation. So we had discussed the two tocolytic agent, isoxsupreme and the ritodrine. The third one is nifedipine. Nifedipine 10 to 20 milligram can be given as a tocolytic every 6 hourly. But as we discussed, nifedipine can leads to the IUGR if you give for long time. So for short time, nifedipine if you want to give, then it's okay. But for long, for whole 9 months, as a tocolytic, it is ideally not done, because rather better to give isoxsupreme over nifedipine. Hello? Hello? Audible? Okay. So here we completed 3 tocolytic agent: isoxsupreme, ritodrine and the nifedipine. Then suppose to delay delivery up to 48 hours, sometimes short therapy. What is that? Sometimes patient comes in the labor and you had examined this patient definitely going to the labor, or then if it is below before 34 weeks, then always measures taken to prolong the labor means prevent the labor up to 48 hours, that during that time you can give the steroid injection. Why steroid injection? This steroid injection are given for the lung maturity. To delay delivery up to 48 hours till the steroid action came. Glucocorticoids are useful when pregnancy is less than 34 weeks. Helps in the lung maturation. Beneficial when the delivery after 48 hours of the first dose. And this effect is last for 10 to 15 days. Two types of injection. Either you can give the injection Dexona or injection betamethasone. Injection, if you give injection beclomethasone, then 12 milligram IM 24 hours apart. Usually 4 milligram injections आते हैं बेटनेसॉल के, तो बेटनेसॉल इंजेक्शन आर वेरी कॉमनली यूज्ड. सो 3 आज और 3 कल ऐसे हम देते हैं. 3 इंजेक्शंस आज और 3 कल ऐसे ले लेने का. पेशेंट को हम ऐसा एक्सप्लेन करते हैं. और if you don't have betnesol, you can give to the Dexona. But Dexona 4 dose, 4 dose, 6 milligram IM every 12 hourly for 4 dose. So 2 injection in the morning, 2 injection in the evening, 2 injection next day morning, 2 injection next evening. So ऐसे 4 doses, 6 milligram IM 12 hourly 4 dose or beclomethasone 12 milligram IM 24 hours apart are given, and the measure are taken that delivery happened 48 hours after first injection. So it is most important for the lung maturity. In my practice, what we are doing, if I found this patient is high risk for preterm, as I told you, patient have twins, triplets, constant vaginal discharge, previous history of the abortion preterm, तो ऐसे routine all in cases at 28 weeks or at 26-28 weeks, we give the betnesol dose prophylactically for the lung maturity. So if the patient go into the preterm labor, at least maturation can happen. So they help in the survival of the baby. So this completes the preterm labor. Anyone have the questions? Regarding this preterm, clear everyone how we are giving betnesol for lung maturation, and as a relaxant we give isoxsupreme, ritodrine or the nifedipine, or we can give in the drip form also. Clear everyone? हाँ बोलिए. Means I don't didn't get your question. Yeah, okay, हाँ, yeah, okay, first time delivery है, but yeah, but you find that this patient is a high risk, like primary है, ठीक है, but patient having like a patient having PIH, तो PIH patient can go into the APH and preterm हो सकता है. तो if that patient is put under the category of high risk, suppose patient को PIH है, suppose patient को constant lower abdominal pain रहता है, तो यू कैन सस्पेक्ट दिस पेशेंट में गो इनटू द प्रीटर्म लेबर. जैसे पेशेंट को कांस्टेंट वजाइनल इन्फेक्शन का प्रॉब्लम रहता है, कांस्टेंट यूरिनरी ट्रैक इन्फेक्शन रहता है, सो दोज ऑल आर पेशेंट इज एट अ हाई रिस्क. पेशेंट दोज कंसीव्ड विथ ART टेक्निक्स, ART टेक्निक्स से जो कंसीव होते हैं, दैट ऑल्सो आई द रीजन इज डोंट नो, बट दैट पेशेंट आर एट अ हाई रिस्क फॉर प्रीटर्म. तो जहाँ जहाँ पे भी आपको लगता है कि दिस पेशेंट मे गो इन टू द प्रीटर्म, प्रोफाइलेक्टिकली ऑल दिस ट्रीटमेंट यू कैन गिव. देर इज नथिंग हार्म टू गिव द पेशेंट. मुझे जैसे भी पता चलता है कि दिस पेशेंट में गो इन टू द प्रीटर्म लेबर, वी यूजुअली स्टार्ट द आइसोक्सुप्रीम फ्रॉम 16 वीक्स ऑनवर्ड. उससे पहले आइसोक्सुप्रीम का कोई रोल नहीं है, बिकॉज बिफोर दैट यूट्राइन रिसेप्टर इतने डेवलप नहीं हुए होते हुए कि दे विल रिस्पॉन्ड टू द आइसोक्सुप्रीम. So up to 16 weeks as a relaxant we give usually progesterone, and then from 16 weeks onward we give the isoxsupreme. सर्टेन केसेस में मैंने जैसे बोला था कि IVF पेशेंट्स है, ट्विंस है, ट्रिपलेट्स है, उसमें हाइड्रोक्सीप्रोजेस्टेरॉन कैप्रोएट मेंटेन जो इंजेक्शन आता है वो भी हम कई बार अप टू 9 months वी गिव वीकली एज ए यूट्राइन रिलैक्सेंट. यू कैन ऑल्सो गिव इन हाई रिस्क पेशेंट. क्या I am not, your question is not properly audible, Dr. Ruksar. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, we will continue up to 36 weeks. That should be given up to 36 weeks. No problem. With Isoxsupreme, if you give up to 36 weeks, no problem. Hmm. Hmm. नथिंग टू डू. अगर ऐसा ट्विंस प्रेगनेंसी है, ठीक है, एक IUD है और एक लाइव बेबी है, इफ यू डायग्नोस्ड, तो आपको कुछ करना नहीं होता है एक्चुअली में, बिकॉज अगर आप ऐसा कुछ करते हो तो यू कैन हार्म दैट बेबी. हाँ, या, बट simultaneously you had to keep a proper watch by doing the Doppler of live baby regularly. At every 8 to 10 days you have to do the Doppler